welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine and this is It's Just Christine. Today I'm going to be planning on my B6 from Estelle, and this is for the week of May 10 to the 16th. I am super behind on this planner. I'm also currently behind on my main memory planner, but I'm even more behind for this this planner. Anyways, let's get on with it. The kit that I'm going to be using for this week is from Saucy Stickers Co, and I only have the full boxes and this functional page. I got this from her Oops grab bag. Sorry, not an Oops grab bag, it's just a grab bag. But yeah, I love grabbing shops grab bags because sometimes, most of the time, you do get a page where you just get the full boxes, which is basically the only thing that I would need for my B6. I am also grabbing a few washi tape from Simply Gilded, and it's in gold foil. So here is a bunch of them. Oh, if I didn't mention to you, the kit from Saucy Stickers Co is in gold foil as well. Okay, so if you're interested in this, please stay tuned. Okay, so for this week, I'm going to be talking about the book The Never Tilting World by Rin Chupeco. I read this during the week where I was reading all Asian author novel writers. It was a readathon that I was doing for the month, and I was actually really glad that I decided to participate in this readathon, only because it opened up so many different authors for me. I usually tend to gravitate to novels that are more mainstream than other readers. For me, I think it's just easier that way. I don't really have to think about picking up the book. It's just, like I watch booktubers review it, and then if I enjoy it, then it's definitely a book that I'm going to be picking up. Sorry, these headers are just headers that I created and I cut in my silhouette. So I do own a silhouette, so it's just so much easier for me to print them myself and cut them, and more cost efficient. Anyways, but yeah, so The Never Tilting World is actually one of the novels that I read for that month, well, for the month of May, and for that readathon. And I have mixed feelings about it. At one point, I did enjoy it. Like, I really enjoyed the ending of the novel, but the process of getting to that enjoyment wasn't as enjoyful. That's not even a word. It's not as fun as as the actual, it wasn't a good reading experience. There you go. So for me, I grabbed this book because one of the challenge is read a novel that's written by an Asian author. And Rin Chupeco is actually a Filipino writer. If you guys don't know, I am actually Filipino. So, I wanted to read a novel that would only be, for like Asian authors, but I also wanted to read one that is written by someone who is of the same nationality as I am. But yeah, it was an okay read. Like I said, I enjoyed the ending more than I did with the beginning of the book. The beginning was a little bit confusing, but if I just plowed through it, and eventually it did kind of get less confusing, and I started to enjoy it a lot more once I started to get an idea of what is happening. I don't know if I want to use this or this, but for sure I want to use the 3 foil. I'll probably go with this one, since this one is more of a fall looking clothing and May is more of a spring thing. Anyways, yeah, so that is the deal with me for this book. I did give it a 3 out of 5 stars. As you would notice, I give a lot of books 3 out of 5 stars. It's, for me, 3 out of 5 stars is not really a bad rating. It's more of like, I liked it enough to finish it, but at the same time, I don't love it compared to other books that I've previously read. Yeah, will I read another, Rin Chupeco book? Most likely I would. She did a great job in doing her world building. So that is one thing that I did enjoy about her novel. Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, this novel is about, it's a fantasy novel. So it's basically about a world which is ruled by 2 goddesses, and each time there's always twin goddesses, and those twin goddesses is who's going to rule the world next, basically. And however, the world is divided into 2 parts. One is perpetually in the dark. They always have the night, whereas the other one will always have, obviously, the sun in their nation. So it doesn't revolve like Earth does, hence the title, The Never Tilting World. But yeah, so these twin goddesses, they're basically they were birthed by the previous. Yeah, so they were birthed by the previous twin goddesses. So, one of the twin goddesses. So, we don't really end up knowing who birthed who. If the real mom was the one from the light world or the dark world. But yeah, so you don't really get an understanding of who's who, or who is the real mom, or who's really telling the truth. But yeah, anyways, these new twin goddesses, they basically don't know each other. They don't know each other. They've never met each other. They are, I guess they were led to believe that one or the other will always destroy either or. But you never really get that feeling. I just realized these has pumpkins. These are not gonna work. Give me a second. I will look for one that will not have pumpkins in them. I'm so sorry. I thought they were floral. I am totally wrong. Now I am befuddled as what I'm going to be using. Okay, so I'll just grab these ones. They were basically within reach, and they're pink and they're gold foil. So I think they will work. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, they were led to believe that if they do get to meet each other, either or will kill or attack the other. So basically they were brought up to kind of hate each other. Or, okay, so one was brought up to hate the other one. The other one was brought up thinking the other one has died or was never born. Something like that. Like I said, it was a very confusing beginning, but eventually it did kind of get interesting at the end. Yeah. So each one will rule, you know, the area that's filled with sun. The other one will rule the one that's filled with darkness. But something has been happening to their town respectively. Both area is being overrun by these dark monsters, or being not overrun, but they were being invaded, and they're not 100% sure why. Oh, I forgot, I have no more whiteout too. Oh, sorry, I'm just a hot mess today, and it seems like nothing's going my way today. Anyways, yeah, so what the two queens or goddesses did was they decided to venture and see what has been happening. So that is basically the synopsis of that novel. So basically I haven't really given out anything but the fact that they are being overrun by these creatures that they have no knowledge of. It's really awful that I read this like in May and talking about it in August, but I'm so behind in this planner, and I don't even know how I'm going to get back up. I feel like I will, well, to be honest, during summer I don't really read a lot, so I am not going to be posting as much on my B6. But before this month I was reading like crazy, and so I have a lot of things to put for this planner. So this particular washi from Simply Gilded I bought during her pre-sale, actually her overstock of her pre-sale, and I think these came out gorgeous. Like, a lot of kits that's been coming out has pink in them regardless, so I think I'm gonna be pulling out this washi a lot. I wish that she did do the different colorway, like in rose gold and silver and hollow as well, but that's just me being picky. Anyways, back to the novel. Yeah, so if you don't really want to hear what happened in the end, I suggest that you guys click out. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, even though this was a mess of a plan with me, or memory plan with me. But yeah, so the ending was basically the two twins was able to they were able to avoid being killed through the treacherous ordeal that they had to face to get into this cavern. Okay, so when I think of this this novel, what I'm thinking is basically there's two kingdoms, the dark kingdom and the light kingdom, let's just call it like that. And in between them, so in between the two kingdoms, there's areas where basically it's very treacherous. No one has survived it. No one has lived through it. And in the middle of that, if you do end up surviving all this ordeal, in the middle of it, there's a mountain range where something lives. So basically, that's where the twins were trying to get to. And mind you, they were trying to get to this mountain range at the same time, the same day. And, you know, it just so happens that they reached it at the exact moment. Yeah, but, you know, like I said, it's a novel. And, you know, anything can happen for story's sake. That's not really how I what is the word I'm looking for? I don't really base my rating on things like, oh, it's so unrealistic and stuff like that. I don't really do that, only because it's a novel. Like, you don't really like watch wrestling or action movies or fantasy novels, movies, and think that, oh, it's going to be like historically accurate. No, obviously it's not. So for story's sake, the twin goddess, they get there the same time, same day. They were able to like fend off all these harsh weathers and stuff like that, even though they've never been to anywhere in their whole entire life. But yeah, that being said, the moment that happened in the mountain is what kind of made me enjoy the novel. I'm not really gonna go too much into it, but they do get to meet. So both of them are like equally shocked because they didn't realize each one existed, and the other one didn't think that, you know, she was as awful as her mom led her to believe. The one thing that I was really, really interested by in this whole entire thing is the fact that we don't know who is the actual mom. I am like really, really interested on who the actual mom is. Is it the mom from the night, or is it the mom from the day? Like, I don't know. We don't know. So you have to read the second novel to find out. And I don't know if I will read the second book, but the fact that I am very intrigued, I really want to read it. But yeah, so this novel is actually compared to like Frozen meets Mad Max. If you can wrap your head around that, that is basically what the author is saying. However, mind you, I don't think it's anything like Mad Max, besides the harsh conditions. And I don't really think that it's also very Frozen-like, besides the fact that there's sisters. But yeah, no. Yeah. I think you guys should read it for yourselves and judge how it is, and let me know if you guys enjoy it. Like I said, I gave it a 3. It was a decent novel. Ooh, it's a good world building novel, and I also enjoyed it because there was LGBT character, and it's actually a main character. It's not like, you know, a side note, or like, you know, just to throw it in there. The fact that she made one of the main characters LGBT is pretty interesting. But yeah, I think definitely try it out. see how you guys fare with it. And yeah, let me know. And hopefully you guys enjoy this very messy memory plan with me book review. And I hope you guys got a hint of like my frustration, but also a hint of like why I enjoyed the novel. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy this, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye guys.